Hello and welcome. Hello. Happy Thursday. Happy Jupiter Day. Jupiter is a great day to do anything expansive. It's a good day to really get into the things that you want to see expanded, to give less energy to all that which we want to see collapse. So today I'm really feeling my angel self, which is something that I don't usually, I guess, experience. I am very much an underworld priestess. I work with a lot of dark goddesses, since people call them that. I see all beings on the full spectrum. They all experience the whole cycle just like us. So for me, my deity, my goddesses, my beings, my androgynous spirits, all of those queer, mysterious ones, and of the like, are now kind of waking up from this deep slumber that they've been in, kind of an inward time like we have during the winter months when we go very in, a good time to like up your self-care, take baths, really go into your yin energy. The winter is the time to be quiet and still and really start building back all that you need for the spring. The spring, I mean, think about when a seed sprouts, it just like busts out of the shell, like, a chicken busting out of an egg. So we need energy in order to be able to really bust out, which that energy is coming soon. Spring is a few weeks away, and we still have a little bit of time to kind of be inward and be cozy. But yeah, I can start to feel the beginnings of spring coming, and I'm really feeling like my angel self, which I like because I can be a really macabre kind of like I'm goth to the core. So yes, if you're feeling that energy, I would say really start working with your guides more and really being able to see all of them. For me, like Medusa, Inanna, Lilith, Hecate, Lucifer, Isis, they're all coming out of that underworld process like we are. So we are all coming out of the underworld and passing through so we can become more close to the upper world again. Like I see the Trinity worlds of the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world or underworld, and they all three need to be in harmony together. And if we have one that we're working more or one that we're not wanting to look at, I know some people maybe fear the underworld or fear the underneath or fear the darkness or the silence, and like that's okay, no shame. Shame gets us nowhere, but really there's nothing to be afraid of. It's part of you. Like these are all cycles of yourself, and as you work with different beings and guides and guardians and deity, they are only going to reveal to you what is you. So really allow yourself to fully let your beings evolve and go through their conscious evolution, because just like us, they are going through their own cycles to be able to be well and take care of themselves and to really expand the further all consciousness of the everything of the multiverse. So with that said, the upgrades have been fucking real for 2020, and I am really stoked that they're here. And I go through days where I feel like fuck yeah, like the revolution's here, like burn this shit to the ground. And I also go through times where I'm crying on the floor like a little baby, and I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't get to be a baby. Like, do I ever get to be a baby? Oh my god, I don't want to be a baby. Like, so let yourself really experience all the feelings. That's what we're here for. That's why we have human bodies. That's why we are able to take in emotions, because on the other side, you're not going to have your breath and you're not going to have your rest and your emotions quite like you do now. So really experience your avatar, experience what it means to be human. That's why you chose to incarnate, not to escape your body. Your body is not a sinful place. It's a place to experience bliss and joy and all of the above. It's 11:11. What's up? Special times. So really let yourself go through through all these experiences with your guides. And if you don't know who your guides are, or you would like to maybe know more about who your guides are or what beings work with you, it's very simple to really ask some basic questions in the time that you spend really listening. And it's mandatory to really have that downtime to listen, to be in silence, to really separate yourself from other people's energy. You have to give yourself this space in order for the clairvoyance to come in. Not to say that you can't get clairvoyance when you're also around groups of people. We all are a hive, we all share the collective consciousness, but to truly hear your own self, your own guides, your own guardians, your beings, your ancestors, you really need to have that space of stillness and quietness, because you're not going to be able to hear if like 4 million people are talking to you. You have 10 people saying different things all around you. It's going to be muffled and confusing, and you're not going to be able to get a clear, precise clarity message. So really let yourself have that alone time. It's mandatory to spend a time alone. Everybody needs different times alone, but you really have to spend time alone because you have to be okay with spending time with you. Because at some time it may just kind of be you, and you have to be okay with that. So with that said, yeah, a lot of energy is coming through right now for 2020, and we are in the third month, and it feels like a lot has happened already, because it has. It's really a time to be super clear. 2020, clear vision up close, clear vision far away, being able to see all around you in an orb, like not being able to miss a blind spot. You really need to be able to see everything. So taking things out of your life, taking things out of your diet, taking things out of your like routine, things that are habits, maybe things that you have relied on to suppress or block certain parts of yourself are really needing to be removed away. So everything can come to the surface, because all of you is needed. And if you're smushing that like hurt child part of yourself because it's really painful and you have a lot of grief and sorrow, I totally understand. I have processed many lifetimes of sorrow, and I'm continue to do so, but it's really letting so much more of myself come through. So really letting yourself have the clarity all around, and being able to see your auric circle too. You know, if you have maybe a hole in your gate, your dog could get loose, or another dog could come in. So don't let any like foreign dogs come, no like harm to dogs, I love dogs. Don't let any foreign energies come in, or don't let parts of you leak out. It's really important to have your whole auric container around yourself, the force field all around, above, below, to the left, to the right, in the front, in the back, like making sure you aren't missing any places and holding the space around. I like to use a bouncer, I call it, my like spiritual bouncer at my gate. Like if I have 1 or 2 openings where things can come in and out, I have to have some type of guardian there. So, you know, I use specific guardians, ones that I feel would make an appropriate decision, that we have an agreement to let in or out what needs to go. So I don't have to be fully observing constantly, and like I can focus on one task at a time. So, you know, a lot of psychic attacks are coming right now. Everything political, everything changing, the shift of the wheel, like the ages, like shifting, the crumbling times, the rebuilding times, like we're really in the bridge. And I love that, because we really are in the middle of 2 ages, in the age of Pisces and between the age of Aquarius. We're physically in the ages of our zodiacal ring constellations all around us shifting, like the big clock wheel is shifting all around us. And it's easy to get caught up in linear time, but just know that you exist in all the times, from the physical out to the celestial. So choose what time is important for you in the right now. Sometimes you have to use linear time in order to make an appointment, to like book your client, to like wake up for a job, like, you know, completely throwing it away may cause too much chaos in your life, but know that it's not the only time that you exist in. And when you're not doing that, really allow yourself to expand to like all these other times through the beyond, because what really will allow your creative consciousness to come in and not feel like you're just being pushed forwards or you have blinders on. So experience all the times, be outside of time, like just like be in the right now. It's really fun to try different times. And so, you know, everything's changing, and we're all here, and we're all here together, and we all chose to incarnate because we all have work to do, whether that's meditating in a cave or like protesting in the streets. Like, we're all fucking important. So you need to really understand like how everything is shifting, and that the ones that don't want to lose their power, lose their whole grip, lose the claws that they've been sinking into us for thousands of years are really going to do anything they possibly can to stay. What does a parasite do? Like, when you're trying to destroy it, if any of you have had any parasitic like infections or diseases or whatever, parasitic invasions, what does it do when you're trying to get rid of it? Like, that shit will hide and will lie dormant until you think it's gone, and then it will jump out stronger than ever and be like, ha ha, got you, I'm still here. Like, I lived on the East Coast. Well, I still live on the East Coast now, but I've lived further north, and I had bed bugs before, and that's like exactly what they did. And if anybody's lived in New York, you know what bed bugs are all about. So yes, it's kind of like that, like the parasite that will hide or really will attack or do everything that it can. It's a cyclic cycle. So as we starve out the parasites, because that's what I see is like we're starving out the parasites, we're not giving them their food anymore. We're not giving our energy to them. We're really focusing on ourselves. We're blocking out all that negative shit and being like, no, those are all lies. As that happens, it's gonna amplify a bit. Like, if shit's been hard for you, it's not gonna get easier. You're gonna get stronger. That's what's happening. It's not getting easier, you're getting stronger, and you're knowing that you can push it off. So as we all get stronger, because we're calling our energy back to us, we're reclaiming sacred symbols like the cross and saying, my will forces are mine and you do not get to control me anymore. Get out. As that happens, it's going to really like try to get us. So really knowing that when you're hearing a lot of negative self-talk, when you're feeling blocks or feeling sluggish, ask yourself, am I being attacked right now? It's a simple question. Am I being attacked right now? Do I feel like being attacked? Am I being attacked right now? And if you feel like you're being attacked, whether it's from yourself or outside forces, it's not okay. You wouldn't let a person attack you. So then say, okay, I'm being attacked right now and I'm pushing it away. So really kind of just the first awareness of knowing you're being attacked is really the first step to being able to start getting it out. Like, I'm not saying it's going to completely go away, but you're going to acknowledge it instead of accepting it as like, oh my God, like this is all true. Like, I'm horrible and ugly and I should like never get on my bed again. Cause like, what's the point of like going on? Like, I don't know. I have a lot of Leos, so I feel that way a lot. But yeah, knowing that you can really just say like, actually, no, like I don't deserve to be attacked, and like start pushing that energy away. Like, return to sender, call my energy back, return to sender all the energy that is not me or not meant for me because I don't deserve it. So it's important to know that the psychic attacks are out there. It's also important to know the difference between psychic information and karmic information, because as the karma is coming up, as it is being let go, as you are like shedding it, as you are dropping old karmic contracts from the past, as you're clearing out your Akashic library and really clearing out the records, going to the great loom and unweaving the tapestry that has been your lives and your soul's journey, and taking out the shit that has been the blocks, the first lies and knots, like the generational trauma that's been passed down. As you remove that, you're going to experience and feel certain things. You know, it's coming from a DNA level all the way out to the celestial body. And as it moves to your emotions, it's already outside of you, because your emotional realm is outside of you. So it's already leaving you. Don't give it a name and call it back in. Just let it leave. It's literally passing. So, the karmic information really will feel super emotional, because that is when we really notice it. That's how I feel like I've been noticing it. I think maybe you could notice it on another level, but for me, the emotional level, when it's really outside of you because it's leaving you, it mirrors you for a moment, because there's something for you to learn there. So if you have something that's saying like you are like never gonna ever be with anybody, you'll never find your true love because like you're not good enough, all these things, like if some stories telling you that, it's probably mirroring to you that like you are your true love and you don't love yourself enough yet. and that you don't want to be vibrating that out, because the people that you're going to call to you aren't going to love you as much as you deserve. So what's happening is you're really becoming prepared for your truest love, which is ultimately yourself, but that can come in another person form, because we are here to connect with people. And yeah, so that's really changing your vibration, because it's teaching you to love yourself a little bit more, or a lot more. So that's karmic information. It's really emotional. Sometimes there's a story with it. Sometimes the story's in this life or in other lives, but it's really emotional, and it feels like devastating sometimes. Psychic information kind of comes in like a frying pan, like hitting you over the head. It is not going to really feel that emotional. It can come out of nowhere. It's just going to be. It's just going to be there. So it's like, the first vision, the kind of first vision that you get. And it's really important with psychic information, clairvoyant information, especially if we're talking about visioning, to not doubt that. And not even just with visioning, any way you get clairvoyant information, to not doubt it, to really just let it be, even if it's like so weird and doesn't make sense, because your guides and guardians are going to give you certain symbols and pictures that will allow you to interpret the information sometimes, or a certain feeling, like, how you felt in your grandmother's house is not going to be the way that I felt in my grandmother's house. So we can't say the feeling of grandmother's house is the same kind of karmic or clairvoyant or psychic information for us all. Like, it's all different because our experiences are different. But I think that all of us maybe can say, for the most part, when you see a snake in a vision, that it is going to be some kind of symbol of like relieving fear or transformation, or like energy moving, like these big symbols that have been around for like thousands and thousands and millions and billions of years. Like the serpent is really a powerful one for us all. But really knowing what signs and symbols and pictures and feelings and scents and clairvoyant information that you get. For example, my guides will give me a vision of like a clock. They'll like tap their wrist when it has to do something with time going on. And I feel like that's a pretty like, one that we could all understand. So, know what's right for you, and practice the difference between clairvoyant psychic information and karmic information coming in. Really know when you're being psychically attacked, either by yourself or other, and sometimes self and other are really the same, especially because we've been poisoned for thousands of years. So we're trying to really get it out of all of us. And until it's out, it's truly almost impossible to fully see all that you are, because there's all these like blinders and blankets and traps all over you. So let the shit shed away. Do not call it back into you. Notice that it's there and say bye-bye. And, we are all doing this together, and we have many more months ahead. But the more you hold the intention that everything's shifting for the better, that people care and there is love in this world, and all of us together can really build whatever kind of magical reality we want. So the more that we hold that intention together, the more powerful it becomes. And if we all focus, and we all focus clearly, we can really shift everything instantly. We have the power in us. We have a human technology. Do not doubt your infinite greatness. We all have it. Every single one of us has it. It's our birthright. We are born in. It's our birthright to have all of these clairvoyant magical gifts. It's our birthright to be able to utilize our will forces and our creative forces. And it's our birthright to be happy. So let yourself hold the vision. I'm going to be doing it even during times of psychic attack. It's only making you stronger. We probably mostly are here to be warriors together, because there's a big job to be done. We're here to work, and we're also here to play, so don't forget to have fun. But anyways, happy Thursday, happy Jupiter day, happy day of the goddess rising, as the energies are shifting, as spring is coming. And I hope you all have a blessed day, and